It's good. All right, awesome, awesome. So welcome, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Rich Anime Podcast, home of hot takes, anime debates, and opinions that I'm probably going to argue with. I'm your boy Ricardo. That's my guys, Kevin and Kenny. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Back again with it. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So since this is a hot take debate, and whoever's watching, like, comment, subscribe, and don't be afraid to make a small comment in the comment section based on whatever hot take you may have. But speaking of hot takes, we shift gears to Naruto. And I gotta give my main man Kenny here this great question. We all know Gaara is the Kazekage and the former Jinchuriki, but what if Gaara was a Uzumaki clan member instead of a member of the Sand Village, right? So Kenny, because this was your idea, you could start us off. What if Gaara was a Uzumaki clan member instead of being in the Sand Village?
Well, I think any sane Naruto fan is kind of just like put together the that clue. Is it far-fetched to say that he is an Uzumaki clan member? I don't think so. Just look at his red hair, right? And you can just say, well, listen, maybe that's just circumstantial. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Okay, fine. Then why don't we shift our focus to his chakra reserves? He's a Jinchuriki, or was, right?
Was,
and
yep.
you need an insane amount of chakra to pull off his jutsu, which is his sand jutsu, which basically acts as a like a shield and a sword, right? So,
and in addition, the Uzumaki clan members were specializing in sealing jutsus, in which Gaara is really great at.
That's his forte. That's his
Yes.
forte. He has.
Yes, it
He's
is.
probably the best sealing jutsu shinobi in the whole
game.
whole story.
Yup.
He's up there. He's like top two. And
Yeah.
on some days he's not two, right?
Right.
So knowing all of those things, like knowing what it's like what it means to be an Uzumaki, right? I think it's not far-fetched to say that Gaara belongs to the Uzumaki clan. Now, I know there are a few people here that have reservations about Gaara's lineage, right? And we can just say that right now. Like he is a member of the Kazekage clan, right? We know that. So in knowing that, is it possible that his grandfather or his great grandfather married an Uzumaki?
It's not far-fetched.
It's not far-fetched, right? Because we know how these clans work, especially clans that have that are very prominent in each of the 5 villages. Remember, these clans have access to these beasts, to these tail beasts, right? And in order to have someone that's capable of being a Jinchuriki, you need huge chakra reserves. So it's no surprise, right, that Gaara is being compared in this way to the Uzumaki clan member, because it's highly possible that the Uzumaki clan were highly sought after, especially amongst the Kage clans, right? So that's at least my 2 cents anyway, for why I believe Gaara is an Uzumaki.
Okay. So thank you for the question. And honestly, a legitimate argument can be made. He would have been a better Jinchuriki than Naruto if this man was an Uzumaki clan member, because he has the best defense in the game in Naruto. He's a sealing jutsu specialist, and he becomes almost, or even possibly arguably a better hybrid Jinchuriki than Naruto was, right? So in terms of, and if we really think about it, he actually did a better job of suppressing Jinchuriki better than Naruto did at his time, right? So with all of everything that he got in his repertoire, this dude is a big time threat if he was an Uzumaki clan member, right? And he would actually be the backbone of the clan if he was inside that clan. So it's really interesting to see if he was really in that clan with Mito Uzumaki. You got Naruto, you got Kushina, you got Nagato. Dear Jesus, I'm naming these names and they're OP as fuck, right? And everything like that. And with the smarter defense, he could suppress tail beats by himself, because because we saw a glimpse of that in the war to some degree. So it was really interesting to see if he was in that realm in the Uzumaki clan. Kevin, what you say, dogs?
I honestly don't think it's a far stretch to say that he could possibly be an Uzumaki clan member, simply because, as we know in the history of the Uzumaki clan, that they didn't inherently belong to the Hidden Leaf. They were just their own clan before the union of Mito and Hashirama, and that's what brought them to the Hidden Leaf originally. That and the fact that, they're great at sealing jutsus, their chakra reserves and whatnot, they're prime candidates for tail beast usage. I definitely do think it's not out of the question based on like Gaara and his father's red hair, especially because we don't know what clan they belong to. It was just stated that they live in the Sand Village, so his father could have left the Sand Village or could have even come from somewhere else and then settled there due to possible circumstances. His character wasn't really touched on too much, so we don't really know a lot. But based on the fact that, Kishimoto had a way about physical descriptions for his characters, especially when they were tied to clans and bloodlines, it makes sense that Gaara could be a Uzumaki clan member. And as you guys said, a lot of his qualities definitely give off the qualities of Uzumaki members in terms of the concepts of it all. So I definitely say, like, even if it's not the case, I could definitely see a world in where he's an Uzumaki member.
Okay. So with that being said, if Gaara was in the Uzumaki clan, so remember the members of the Uzumaki clan is Gaara, Nagato, Mitu Uzumaki, Kushina, Kaden, Naruto. And if you want to add the First Hokage, that's the discussion. But I'm just adding just those 6 guys versus a prime Uchiha clan. So which we got Madara, Itachi, Shisui, Sasuke, Obito, Fugaku, etc., etc. Who wins?
Me personally, I think that's kind of a cut and dry answer. Like, if we're being honest, I definitely think in terms of like the raw utility of the Uzumaki clan, they definitely got
They
it.
clear. Yeah, I think Nagato clears, man.
Like, if we're like, okay, right? But then
I mean,
right, okay, right. Because it definitely depends on what we're talking about when we say like, or if we're talking like the prime of these characters, like Uzumaki versus Uchiha, then, like, realistically speaking, I probably say I say Uchiha just because, as I said, the Uzumaki, they have the utility in terms of like the life force with chakra reserves and sealing jutsu and whatnot. But in terms of like the heavy hitters of them, in comparison to Uchiha in their primes, Naruto, Gaara, and Nagato are like the front runners. But realistically speaking, you could say the same level of quality applies to the Uchiha, but they just have more numbers. So the quality matches, but the quantity, they outmatch them in terms of quantity. Because if we got Madara by himself is a gigantic issue. Like, we take Itachi, we take Obito, we have Shisui, like like these people individually could destabilize nations on their own, and they're all on the same side. That just don't even seem fair. Because like Naruto has the tail beast. That's fine. But we're not talking about like Sage Six Paths Naruto. Madara can deal with him. Because we've seen him.
No, we are talking about that though, right? We are talking about the Sage of Six Paths Naruto. We are talking about
If we're talking Sage of Six Paths Naruto, if we're talking Sage of Six Paths Naruto, then are we talking Jubidara or non-Jubidara?
If Naruto got Sage,
it's non-Jubidara. We're talking about dual Rinnegan Madara, but we're not talking about because, like I said, let's just say this, okay? Jubidara is an anomaly, okay? He doesn't exist without something else being there for him. Like, he can't exist if he doesn't absorb the tree of life. I think that's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
But then,
or he doesn't exist unless he absorbs the 10 tails. You get what I mean? So outside of that, outside his own power.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right. So
dual
my
Rinnegan.
question is, then my question is, couldn't you apply the same theory, the same line of thinking to Naruto, seeing as how that's not his power?
No, because here's the thing. Naruto's is Jinchuriki. He didn't have a choice. Madara has a choice. To absorb the tree of life. To absorb the 10 tails. Right. Naruto didn't.
What I'm saying is KCM Naruto. That's all him. But I'm saying Sage of Six Paths Naruto, that's power that he was given from
Hashirama. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
It's not his inherent power.
I see what
the
you're
same
saying.
way
I see what
it
you're
was
saying.
given to him, Madara got the tree. So then, that's what I'm saying. So what is it that we're talking about? Because if it's like, I think in sense of fairness, I think it would be better to just do dual Renegon Madara because Jubidara that it took both Sasuke
Yeah.
Then
and
how about
Naruto.
this? So check this out. Let's just put Naruto.
So without the Sage of Six Paths,
Naruto.
then.
Exactly. Without the Sage
Yeah,
Six
without the
Paths.
Sage of Six Paths, KCM,
Yeah.
KCM,
Perfect.
okay, so KCM two, KCM two,
KCM two Sage mode.
Yep.
okay,
KCM
KCM two
Sage
Sage
mode.
mode.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so
ain't
then I
touching
think
that. Ain't nobody touching that.
okay.
Ain't nobody
Okay.
on the Uchiha touching that. KCM two Sage mode.
I
Well,
say the
actually,
only
I
person-
said
Madara can
Sasuke,
touch that.
bro. Madara and Sasuke can touch that.
I
They
say,
can touch
okay.
that.
Stop.
I think okay. I
Stop.
think low key. I think
Stop
we're
it.
overlooking.
First of all, Sasuke. First of all, wait, hold up. Before we go, Kevin, Sasuke didn't have the Rinnegan when he got packed up by Madara.
No,
He
didn't.
got it after he acquired the Sage of Six Paths.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, KCM two Sage mode Naruto clears that nigga completely.
So,
because
yeah,
we're not
he-
talking
so-
about Sage of
yeah,
Six
mhm.
Paths.
Yeah,
So KCM two Naruto,
he beats pre.
he clears he clears Sasuke by a mile. It's not even
Okay, so
close.
Right. Okay.
So
what I
who-
will say is now what I was saying earlier. I think we're overlooking the existence and presence of Itachi and the fact
Okay.
that
Okay,
his
I agree.
Susanoo is literally we don't know.
Right, the
we don't know
Tosca
what the upper
blade.
limits of. Yeah, we don't know the
Blade,
upper limits of it. Like
shield that
based
can
on
block anything.
exactly
Yeah.
based on
Yeah,
just
that's
the
dangerous.
statements that we got. Based on just the
But
statements
here's
that
the
we got,
thing.
we don't know if it has a limit.
Here's what
So
I
it's
got to
like-
say about that. Here's what I got to say about that. Okay, the Uzumaki are notorious for their sealing jutsu. Okay, they got something for him.
Okay,
They got something
so
for
then
him.
my question is, okay, the reason why I think Itachi is the anomaly that's really going to offset this is simply because
He can't move
don't
his
know-
Susanoo. He
No.
can't move
we
his
don't-
Susanoo.
We don't. Yeah,
He can't. He can't. He like he's very limited in his Susanoo. As powerful
he's
as his
very- he's
Susanoo is,
very-
he's very limited. And the thing is that
He's
he's
very
going to be on the
limited
verge
in
of
his
death. So what are we really talking about here, right? Itachi
my-
can't
'cause
be
right,
an
so
X
then
factor.
my-
Hold on. Itachi can't be an X factor, right? Because all they have to do is wait on him to die. Once he puts out his Susanoo, all they got to do is wait for him to die. Get out of range and wait for him to die. That's it. They do not have to
That's
engage
true.
Itachi.
But okay,
They
but
don't.
so then my question is, are we gonna give him back his sickness, or are we taking that away?
Nigga,
Nah,
he keeps
nah.
his
You got it.
secrets.
You got. He kept
He
his
keeps
secrets.
it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, he
the thing
keeps
is,
it.
in his
Okay.
prime, and let's just admit this. In Itachi's prime, he did have a sickness.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
So
Okay, so-
my
let me-
question is.
Yes. Go ahead, man.
So let me, to finish off, right? Because personally, it's like I don't think Obito. Like, if we're talking like Obito with both of his eyes, I definitely think Obito is a problem. Because
I think
Yeah,
Sasuke's
the
a
Kamui.
problem.
Yeah, the Kamui.
there was
How
there
is
needed to
Sasuke a
be-
problem? How is Sasuke a problem?
Sasuke is the only one with besides Madara that has the internal Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh,
I can't look past
So
that.
what? So what, bro? EMS
Okay, the
Sasuke,
problem-
dual
the only-
EMS
okay,
Sasuke
no, okay,
is
but I was about
ass
to say,
cheeks.
The only
Ass cheeks.
problem, the only problem with EMS Sasuke
I'm sorry.
is the fact that he doesn't much like how all the other guys they got their own inherent abilities. Sasuke, because he got it through Itachi, he gained both the ability for Black Flames and then on top of it to control the Black Flames.
Bro, let me
But we've
ask you
seen
this.
that wasn't,
Yeah.
That wasn't really
But let
doing
me
too much.
exactly. That's not doing anything, bro.
Like, it's not doing
Yo.
too much.
Yo, Ricardo, answer me this question.
Yeah.
Because you seem to think, for some reason, you seem to think Sasuke is this fucking god or something. What the fuck is he going to do against Nagato? What is dual EMS Sasuke going to do against Nagato?
With the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, he could give him a Genjutsu just like what Jiraiya
No, he
did.
can't. No, he can't. How you going to put Nagato in a Genjutsu when Nagato got the fucking Rinnegan? How? The Rinnegan is the superior version of the Sharingan. How?
I'd probably say the only
Because
thing
they
is,
say-
How you gonna put?
Because-
you cannot
because
put.
the
You
thing is-
cannot put fucking Nagato in a Genjutsu, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, no. He can.
Yes, you can.
theoretically- He can.
No.
theoretically because
No.
He can't, well, hold
Ma
on,
and
let
Pa
me
can.
explain.
If you have
Right.
Sage mode, you can.
Right? No. What I'm saying is right. So
Nah.
what makes the like Genjutsu like a
Bro,
caveat
read the
is
manga, bro.
because of the fact
'Cause
that
I feel like you forgot.
It's only because of the fact that if two people in similar two people in similar like eye range, depending on who's more advanced at genjutsus, who wins that battle. Because if we want to use an example, we have
Shisui.
we have Shisui and Itachi. Shisui and Itachi were very neck. Like, Shisui had a better overall genjutsu.
They said
ability.
Shisui has the best genjutsu in the entire Uchiha clan.
Technique was the best because of what it did, but in terms of like raw application of just genjutsu alone, Itachi was better than him. So using that line of knowledge, Itachi could put him in a genjutsu because their eye prowess are relative.
Put
I
who?
see what you're saying. I see what
Put
you're
who in
saying.
the genjutsu?
Itachi could put Shisui in a genjutsu because they even
No,
Okay.
Itachi and or Shisui could put possibly Nagato in a genjutsu.
No.
Oh no!
What are you?
No! Oh no!
Bro,
Ricardo,
Because
Ricardo,
in terms
you can't
of-
win this,
in
bro.
terms-
You can't win this.
in terms-
Google that shit. I'll give you, I'll give you all the time you want. Google that fucking shit, bro. Google that fucking
Bro.
shit. There is no one in the Uchiha clan that can put Nagato in a fucking genjutsu.
All right, let me. I'll check right now.
You out here losing
right.
recipes. There is nobody in the Uchiha clan that can put fucking Nagato in the genjutsu.
You would need to be able to, at the very least,
Sage
to
mode,
make the
nigga.
conversation-
You're going to need to
make
have
the-
Sage mode.
To make the conversation even a conversation, they would both need their Eternal Mangekyo. Neither of them have Eternal Mangekyo. They only had regular Mangekyo. You could say,
So-
it made them better because it was like they were doing this with
Well, that is
just regular Mangekyo.
So I got two niggas with Madara and Sasuke that got Eternal Mangekyo. So what about that?
You're okay. You're absolutely right. But the
Sasuke
issue
doesn't
is
have
that
EMS.
Neither of them.
Not in this-
He got
not
it
in this
when
world.
the war started.
No,
He
he
had-
got it
he
from
had EMS.
Itachi. But in this case, Itachi's still alive. So where is Sasuke gonna get his EMS from?
Okay, yeah.
Where is Sasuke gonna get his EMS from?
That's true.
And see, this is what we're talking about here, man. And I don't think y'all niggas understand. Well, actually, Kevin, you look like you do. But Ricardo, let me tell you this: Sasuke couldn't even put fucking Danzo in a genjutsu. What the fuck makes you think? In what world makes you think that Nagato, arguably the strongest shinobi while he was alive, pound for pound, what makes you think that Sasuke could put him in
Okay,
genjutsu?
but then hold on. Right. Because you brought
I
up
gotta hear it from him.
Sasuke. Because
I
you
gotta
brought up
hear this from
Sasuke.
him.
You brought up Sasuke and
Itachi.
So then,
Because the thing is, wait, let me answer his question. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because like I got people in the Uchiha clan that's great with genjutsu. I got Madara, Itachi, Shisui. Right. I can't speak of the others because in terms of like Fugaku, whoever, because we're only talking about those guys. Right. What I would say is this: do I think Sasuke possibly could put a genjutsu? I think he can, but if he's gonna fail, cool. But I feel like we gloss over one person in the Uchiha clan that could do it in terms of taking Nagato out the fight, and that is Obito by putting him in another dimension.
What?
okay,
Right.
okay,
Right.
okay.
So if you because the X factor in the Uzumaki clan members is Nagato, right? Because he's developed to be a one-man armor. So if I put Obito in, take Nagato in
Bro.
another dimension, it takes him out the picture.
Bro,
Okay,
it's
so
still
now with that-
GG.
now,
It's
hold
still
on now, right?
GG.
Now, hold on, right?
It's
I
still
wanted to ask
GG.
this. Let me.
It's still
let me
over
ask
for
this,
Nagato.
right? So we said earlier that Sasuke doesn't have EMS because Itachi's still alive, right? But then the same line of logic could also be applied to Nagato because Madara is alive. He only got the Renegon because Obito got them from Madara.
No, Obito
So-
got them from Nagato.
No, remember, Nagato didn't have unless my memory's a little.
Nah, Kenny's
When
right.
Nagato died, Obito stole his Renegon and gave
Yes.
it, right? And gave it from
No, so how-
each
okay, no, so
pain,
how did-
from each
so how
pain,
did-
and gave it to his boys.
So answer. How did Nagato get his? Like, did he awaken those or himself?
Yes.
Yes, he
Nagato
did.
had
Okay,
from jump.
Okay.
From jump.
Okay, I just had to make sure because my memory on it was a little iffy. So okay, all right. So never
Got
mind.
you.
Never mind.
Yeah. So y'all seem to forget, man. Nagato's that nigga.
Yeah,
Sasuke
I
can't do
definitely-
nothing with Nagato.
Right,
Obito,
so then-
Obito, God rest his soul, can't do nothing.
Okay.
Itachi,
so then
God
my
rest his
thing
soul,
is-
can't do nothing.
My thing is right. So then okay, because I'm trying to think about this like properly.
Unless it
In
got Sage
terms
Mode.
of Nagato, right? I want to focus on Nagato for a second because we seen Nagato, like his abilities before all the extra shit, he was able to summon the ghetto statue. But outside of that, what did we see Nagato do with the Rinnegan?
I can wait. Let me answer that. If you go back to the war, the final war of Naruto, when Kabuto, no, not when Kabuto, when Nagato absorbed the chakra of the Eight Tails, we actually saw what it looked like to some degree, not entirely, of what Nagato looked like in his prime. If Itachi wasn't there, a legitimate argument could be made Naruto and Killer Bee would have lost. We're talking about a prime Nagato here.
Yeah, oh no, they would
With
have lost
everything. Even with Naruto mastering the tailed beast, same thing with Killer Bee, Nagato would have packed them motherfuckers up.
Hold up,
Oh,
time
no,
out,
yeah,
time out, time out, time out,
even-
time out, time out. I will say this: Naruto wasn't using the Sage mode in that fight.
he wasn't using.
No,
Sage mode, and he
I'm
didn't
with you.
put-
So
he didn't
with
put
KCM
on
with
lock.
KCM, right? Exactly. It didn't have fully have KCM unlocked, but with KCM 1, yeah, Naruto's losing that. Okay, but if
he
Naruto
definitely-
used the Sage
Yes.
mode, if Naruto used the Sage mode with KCM 1, if Kurama allowed Naruto to use the Sage mode with KCM 1, it's over.
Then it's over. Yes, then it's over.
The only and see, this is exactly like I don't know if y'all know
Excuse me.
this. I don't know if y'all like because I feel like whenever I talk to Naruto fans, they underrate how effective Sage mode was against Senjutsu, right? Like I'm sorry, against the Rinnegan. They fucking underrate that shit like it's nothing. Like this shit ain't. Let me tell y'all something about Sage mode. Sage mode is stronger than any other form of jutsu not named after a god or something. Sage mode is the strongest, possibly the strongest type of jutsu you can learn, you can have in your arsenal.
No, it is. No,
The reason why
literally
Naruto
is.
was as effective,
That's why-
right? Exactly. No, go ahead, Kevin.
Literally, that's why Hashirama was so powerful. You can make the argument that
Yes.
his Keke Genkai of wood style, like it carried. It most definitely did. But his Sage Jutsu was literally the difference between him getting 1v2'd and then him one.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Ricardo. It doesn't matter. If someone from the Uchiha clan does not have Sage Jutsu, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell of dealing with Nagato, let alone Naruto. Because they got to get through them niggas first.
They have to get through them. If we're giving Madara like we're giving him post resurrection, but pre Jubidara, I definitely think that would be a fight. That would be a real interesting fight because he has both Rinnegan, or not even. He has one Rinnegan, but he has Sage Jutsu. He has Sage Jutsu from Hashirama. So
Yes.
Right.
that could definitely.
But you know
That
what?
would
But you
match
know
it.
what?
That
But
would
you know,
match it.
yes. I mean, yes,
would.
to some degree.
It would.
To some degree.
We did
But
see what he was doing to the tail beast by himself with no eyes.
sure.
Yeah, with
Sure.
no
You know
eyes.
what?
Yeah.
You know what? Fine. But then I can come in, right, and put Minato on the Uzumaki team then.
Yeah. Despite he's not technically, despite
Hey,
people who's watching,
I know,
he's not
I know,
related.
I know he's a namikaze. I know he's a namikaze.
He's not related.
But if y'all want to put
But
Hashirama, if y'all want to put Hashirama on Team Uchiha, right? Because
no.
he
I'm
he
not-
got
no,
his.
no, no, no,
I know,
no,
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 no. I know. But you guys are saying that he had the Hashirama cells, and I acknowledge
Yes.
that. Okay, the equalizer to that would be the yellow flash. It would be Minato because
Only if
Minato
he
is a
was a
perfect
Uzumaki.
sage.
Only if
'Cause
he was a
Minato's a-
Uzumaki.
He is an Uzumaki. He's family.
No, he's not. His last name is Namakasi, nigga. He learned,
doesn't
he learned
matter.
Sealing
It doesn't
Jutsu.
matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
We're not doing
It
this.
doesn't matter.
We're not doing this.
So hold up. Let me ask you a question, Ricardo. Hold up. Let me
No.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
We're not
question. Let me
getting
ask you a
away
question.
with
Let me ask you a question.
You know
Yo,
better.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You and your lovely girlfriend, you guys are engaged, right?
Lord,
You
yes.
guys are engaged, right? Engaged to
Yes.
be married? Good. Okay, you guys get married. She takes your last name.
Yes.
Does that mean she's not family with
She is family.
her
Here's where I got you.
her other family?
Here's where I got you. Yes. Kushina and the Fourth Hokage are married. Look at that last name. Did that bitch take his last name? No, the
What
fuck
does that
he did
matter?
not.
Family's
It
family.
matters a lot. It matters a lot. Because
Family's
the fact of the
family.
matter is, because no, in the Uzumaki clan,
Okay.
it's origin by
Okay.
blood.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was gonna
It's
say
origin by blood.
That was a very
Okay?
big thing with their clan.
Yes.
It was a very big
The
part
fourth
of their clan
Hokage,
writing.
the fourth Hokage studied because the Uzumaki clan was extinct. The fourth Hokage studied the sealing jutsus into his arsenal due to the Uzumaki clan members. Now, mind you,
Yes.
First Hokage, goated, without question. But let's not get it twisted. He is not an Uzumaki clan member.
But he was as effective as every single other Uzumaki member who ever lived.
Just because he studied it doesn't mean he's a part of it. Okay, don't let it get it twisted. Okay,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying just because he married to the family makes him family. That's how it works.
But it makes him.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
Law, but it doesn't make him family.
No.
By blood, exactly.
Hey,
it
listen.
doesn't.
Look. I'm not arguing that it does by blood. I'm simply telling you what is. Okay. Now, I'll give you this. If y'all want somebody that married an Uchiha to be on the Uchiha side, I'll take that shit too. But we're not gonna sit here. What we're not gonna sit here and do is act like Hashirama cells was part of fucking Madara's power. We ain't counting that.
We're not gonna act like that. But we also can't treat it as if it was something that he didn't like work for. That was
he didn't work for Hashirama cells.
They had a fight to the death, and he got it left over. Like that
He stole Hashirama cells.
He stole.
He literally grafted it into his body. He didn't earn that shit.
It was a spoil that he got post battle. But you're trying to include a whole
spoil
person.
A spoil. Kevin,
I'm just.
I know you didn't just say that.
It
is not a spoil of war.
I'm just
okay.
calling it like it.
Let's review the history here, okay? Because like I said, maybe y'all forgot what happened, okay? And I'm here, okay? Papa Kenny is here to remind y'all of what actually happened, okay?
You said Papa Kenny?
Yes.
Is that what you just said?
When Hashirama died, right? When Hashirama died, Madara was still alive, okay?
Yes.
Madara took Hashirama cells, right? It wasn't a spoil of war. It wasn't like they had a battle, like Madara had a battle with Hashirama, and then he collected his cells, right? And then took. No, that's not what happened. What happened was Madara went to Hashirama's grave, took that shit, and grafted it into his body.
You're absolutely right.
So it's not a spoil of war. It's not something that he acquired naturally.
You're absolutely
right.
You're absolutely right.
So
You're absolutely right.
The only thing I'll give Madara is a single Rinnegan. One. And you're not about to sit here and tell me that a single Rinnegan Madara is taking out Nagato.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
That nigga Nagato was different.
Okay, so you are right? With just one Rinnegan, right? Because we're a little bit shifting gears here. Do you, just yes or no, do you believe Madara with one Rinnegan was a better Rinnegan user than Nagato? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why
Absolutely
do you think
not.
so?
Because
why
here's
do
the
you
thing.
think
What Nagato did to Killer Bee and Naruto needs to be studied. It's not studied enough. It's not studied.
Okay.
I have never seen anyone give Killer Bee and Naruto combined that work. Not even Madara. Not even Madara with one Rinnegan. I've seen Madara beat fodder. I have never seen Madara handle two fucking Jinchurikis like that with just one Rinnegan. I've never seen that. Nagato is the greatest Rinnegan user, the greatest dual Rinnegan user I have ever seen. Resurrected, reincarnated Nagato.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about pain. Reincarnated Nagato was the best dual Rinnegan user I have ever seen. Everything that a Rinnegan could do, we have found out that Nagato could do.
Okay, Kevin, why do you think Madara is better as a user than Nagato?
Okay, I think Madara is better purely just because of the fact that even though he didn't have both eyes inherently, the Rinnegan are ultimately an Uchiha eye, and the fact that we seen what he did with just one Rinnegan by himself, and this was post KCM1 and Sage mode, and this is all the tail beasts lined up against literally just him and a bunch of other ninja, and that was a no diff fight. Like he literally just backhanded them, and that was it. So now it's like I definitely get that, like as far as because Kenny makes a really good point about like dual eyes Rinnegan user. Yeah. Because he has far more experience with the dual eyes, and we've seen him use all 6 paths of the Rinnegan in terms of like the full usage of it. But in terms of just like let me try and word it better. I think that if this was anybody else besides Madara, then it would be no contest. But because it's Madara, Madara has the experience that he has as a ninja on top of what he knows as an Uchiha, and then given the eye at post-resurrection is what made him so lethal. Because while...
Okay. Can because we need to wrap up and go to another thing. I'll just put it this way.
I got you.
In a way that we can all understand. Okay, there's not one person there, right, that you can definitively say on the Uchiha side that can 100% take out all, like run the gauntlet. Like if it was Madara versus Naruto, right? Madara beats him. Madara beats this guy. Madara beats that guy. You don't have anyone on the Uchiha side that can run the gauntlet to the Uzumaki side, definitively.
Okay, I see what he's saying. Yeah.
But you do have one guy
He's right.
on the Uzumaki side that will fucking run the gauntlet.
It might be two guys.
That will run the gauntlet on the Uchiha side. So ultimately here, gentlemen, it's GG. Game over.
All right. So
respectfully.
Very nice. Very nice, gentlemen. But like shifting gears to One Piece. And just to warning people, if you're not a manga reader, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got to bounce because no spoilers. But
yeah, skip ahead. Yeah, we'll put the timestamp in. You guys can skip ahead past this.
Right. But to those who do read the manga, 1178 just got released. And at the end of the chapter, Imu is about to make an appearance. And based on the chapter that just happened, they were about Loki and Luffy were about to get Domi reversed by Imu himself. And that shit did not work. Right. Which will force Imu to possibly come out of quote unquote retirement from the garden and come into the battlefield in Elbaf. So, gentlemen, what y'all think is about to go down in One Piece? Kevin, I'll start with you, big dog.
No. I'm going.
You want to go first?
I'm going first.
You want to go first?
Gentlemen, before I address the esteemed panel here, okay, I would like to say something to one of my boys, Raheem. His name's Raheem. Raheem, this section of the program is for you. It's for you. Specifically for you. Okay? And Ricardo, I want you to clip this and I want you to send it to him. Okay? Because this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
See, gentlemen, I told this man that the Straw Hats are packing everybody up in Elbaf. The Straw Hats are packing everybody up in Elbaf. This man had his reservations. This man said, well, we don't know, I mean, this is the holy nights we're talking about, I'm like, dude, Luffy's just 1v5, the girls say. They couldn't even touch this nigga. They couldn't even put him away. And in that moment, I also said that Blackbeard ain't touching Luffy. I don't give a damn what anybody said. Blackbeard ain't touching Luffy. That was probably a year ago that I said this. Okay, during the Elbaf. I'm sorry, during the
Wano arc?
No, not the after Egghead. Yes, during the Egghead arc, I said that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we sit here. It is March 29th, 2026. It is 7:41 p.m. The Luffy stocks are up, gentlemen.
Yeah,
the Luffy stocks are up because,
no doubt,
if the Emu situation of this last chapter was any indication of what's to come, you cannot tell me that a Domi Reversi Emu, who couldn't then touch Gear 5, you can't convince me Blackbeard is doing something with that. You can't convince me Blackbeard is doing something with Gear 5. It ain't happening, gentlemen. The Luffy stocks are up.
My question is, when they
the Blackbeard hold up. The Blackbeard stocks is down. Hell, everybody's stocks is down at this point. Fraud alert on Blackbeard. Fraud alert on. Well, I want to be very, very respectful when I say this. Fraud alert on Shanks. Actually, not. Actually, not. Because now that I think about it, Shanks actually looks better because if Emu one-shot Domi Reversi Gunko, then damn, how strong must Shanks be, right?
Yeah. And, so if anything, and just in addition, I'm sorry to cut you off this quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since Loki was a dragon, that goes back to how powerful Shanks really is. Since what's called Emu wasn't able to defeat Loki, but Shanks did. So we gotta see what that looks like. So continue. I wanted to add that just clarification. Go ahead, Ken.
Hold on. Before you do,
yeah,
I would like to address all of you people out there that somehow think that Shanks and Loki did not fight. as One Piece fans, I'm low-key getting upset with y'all lack of reading comprehension. Y'all, I stay seeing y'all talk about Loki and Shanks didn't fight. It was a part of his backstory that he got tied to the tree, and I'm like, stop. We clearly didn't read the same manga, because the whole point of Loki being tied to the tree was because of the fact that he wanted to go out and fight Emu off the rip because of her interference in Elbaf and the cause of him losing his father. He wanted to go straight out to sea with his giant pirates and seek chaos. Shanks said, no, we're not doing none of this because the sun god is coming and you're not him. And they had a problem. They threw down the gauntlet and Loki lost. All of you guys out there that swear up and down that is just a part of the story, that's why they locked him up. No, that's not what it was. Because nobody had the power to stop Loki besides Shanks if he wanted to go out there to stop Emu. Like, this gotta stop. I stay seeing y'all talk about Shanks didn't fight him. It's all cap. No, it's not. Put y'all agendas down. But
I agree. I totally agree, man. Well said. Well said. But yeah, Raheem, man, what's going on, bro? And
I'll send it to him, bro. I got you.
This shit that you, where are you? We can't find you. We can't find you.
And that goes to anybody else who agrees with him.
Exactly.
That people think that Blackboard could do something against Luffy. Because I'll say this, I'll keep it nice and short. After the latest chapter, what we all three have already read, Luffy has established himself, and I'm putting Shanks in there as the top two pirates in the game. As far
sometimes it's not even two, bro. Sometimes it's not even two.
Right. Luffy's not two.
Some weeks it's not even two.
Correct.
I don't know many niggas that can stand against 5 Goroseis and be unscathed.
And live.
You think Blackbeard can do that? You think Blackbeard can do that? He can 1v5 the Gorosei? I'm just trying to figure this out.
You know what's funny that you say that? You know what's funny that you say that? Think about this, fellas. Like, every person that fought Wano, we're talking about Kid, Law, and Luffy. Kid got one-shotted by Shanks. Law got jumped and lost. And this nigga Luffy got jumped by the world government. Lived.
Yep.
The nigga lived, survived, because that's a win in and of itself.
Yes, he survived. He looked
He
on.
survived.
He pulled out his ass cheeks.
Yes.
And gave it to him.
Yes, and another
thing,
you know
how much of a diabolical activity that was?
Yeah, yes. And another thing is, and not even to one up the fight between Luffy versus the Gorosei, it was because he fought what's called Emu's interference and with what's happening with Elbaf. Domi reverses it even touching. It's like Luffy heard Jay-Z's hit song "Dirt Off Your Shoulders" and just took that shit off like it was nothing, unscathed. Right, which will force the likelihood of Emu to pull up to Elbaf. In which, because Emu's gonna pull up to Elbaf, and this is where I was gonna ask you a question with you guys, fellas. Do you think because Emu is coming to Elbaf, because Kenny, you brought up a good point. No, it was Kevin, I'm sorry. Kevin, you brought up a good point in terms of Loki wanted to go out with the pirates, the giant pirates, and fight Emu. But now since Emu is coming to Elbaf, do you think Shanks is gonna pop up now? I'll give that to you guys.
Do I think Shanks will pop up? No. I don't think Shanks is popping up. I think I think at this point in Elbaf, as far as what's going on, this is full Straw Hat territory.
Okay.
I think as far as Shanks is concerned, he lined it up and whatnot, and he's kind of taken a step back. Hence why I think before the break had started, we seen him talk about how he thought it was time to finally go get the One Piece. I don't think he's necessarily concerned about Elbaf anymore, because he knows that Luffy's now in a position to actually fulfill his part of the mural, and that's him being the sun god leading Elbaf out of whatever we got going on.
So you think Kenny, just in case, because you tuned out a little bit, I said because Shanks stopped Loki for going out to sea to find Emu to fight him. Now, since Emu is coming to Elbaf, do you think Shanks will pull up to Elbaf?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Luffy needs any help. I don't think they need any help. You know, I think they're gonna do great all by themselves. Because here's the thing: what can Luffy what can Emu do right now, right, by himself that he hasn't already done yet? What, he's gonna Domi reverse everybody else again? Well, that's easy. We know the root, like we know the answer to getting out of a Domi reversing. Just kill him, and they'll turn back to normal, right? So what is Emu going to do now if he pulls up that's different than he didn't do when he Domi reverses Dunko? What's different, right? And I don't think anything will be different. I think he's still going to get packed up.
I forgot
Well, maybe not
Yeah,
get packed
also
up.
just in case, right? But also just in case, not and just in this chapter, but the chapter before, we saw Chopper was the one that was able to get the Domi Reverse off them. So now you got two scenarios in terms of how the Domi Reverse could get them out of them with Chopper, or just like what you said, Kenny, to kill them off. But you're killing them indirectly, not legitimately killing them.
Can I just
So
say
it's
one
gonna be
thing?
interesting.
Can I just say one
Yeah,
thing before we move on? Mark
yeah.
my words. This is a prediction. Okay. Actually, this
hmm
is more of a spoiler, not a prediction. Channel my inner Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
The Domi Reversi by the end of the story will be something
hmm
akin to a Buster Call. Mark my words.
Okay.
I can see that happen. I can see that happen.
A
Okay,
Buster Call to the
I can
Straw
see that
Hats
happen. That
don't
makes
mean
sense.
shit.
I'm
It don't mean shit. Don't mean
it
shit.
don't. I'm interested, honestly. I'm very interested as to see what's going to happen. I think we're going to be surprised next chapter with Imu's presence directly on Elbath, because it just like, if we're using our critical thinking skills, it doesn't really make any sense that Imu's going to go there and then get packed up. That just doesn't make
You're
any
right.
sense.
You're absolutely right.
Emu
You're
could
absolutely right.
dominate.
Yeah,
Emu could dominate. Yeah.
He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna do his thing. But here's the
I
thing.
think there will definitely.
Don't you think it's too early for him to be
I was gonna yes.
this
I think
this
it's early. Yes.
Yes.
this hands-on in the story? And that's why I don't buy into
the.
the thing that he's actually gonna pull up in Elbath by himself and do damage. I just don't believe that,
Yeah,
because
no.
he has
I
bigger
don't think so.
fish to fry.
You know what you think about this one, guys? Because like I understand what you're saying, Kenny. Because I do agree with you that it's early. But what if he send what's his name, Garling?
Packed.
Oh, you mean
Packed.
fraudling?
Act.
You mean fraudling? You mean
Packed
fraudling?
yesterday. Packed last week.
Fraudling?
Packed last year.
Ain't nobody concerned
Packed
about
3 years
fraudling,
ago.
man.
Past a decade.
I just
like
wanted
2
to bring that up,
decades.
fellas.
Do I think
Packed 50
now,
years ago.
A more interesting question would be if he sent Garling to Elbath and then Damir versied Garling, what that would look like. With Garling,
Okay, then
Garling
that's-
a lot
that's
stronger
different.
than he used to be. That's an interesting question.
That would
Because
be
now,
different.
because now we're gonna get another instance of a Gorosei member getting Damir versied. And we
Reversied.
see what happened the last time.
Yeah.
On God Valley, and how difficult that was to deal with.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
would be a very interesting question to pose.
Because the thing is, because like going back to the last chapter of 1178, Imu was speaking with the Gorosei before he even said that he's gonna leave.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
do think, but I do think he's specifically talking about Garland, right? And that's in my opinion, and that's why I think you and I agree. He's specifically talking to him because the Gorosei couldn't get it done in Egghead.
No, they couldn't.
Exactly, but he trusts Garland because Garland, looking back at the what's called Rox's past, Garland got shit done,
Yeah,
right? So
the wins weren't like his own, but he got
Yeah.
results.
he got results exactly. So he's saying like, yo, you instead of what Kenny's point by Imu coming to the game early, he might possibly bring in like Garland with Domi Reverse. He's powered up. Come into the fray, and that's where Kenny, it might look like, yo, getting packed up, because I think Zoro will beat his ass. I think Zoro will kick his ass.
Honestly speaking, it's way too early. As y'all said, it's way too early for Imu to really step foot in. And I say
Yes.
this because let's take it back 2 years to the Paramount War. Right before Whitebeard died, and he was his final words, he told Sengoku, he said, when someone finds that treasure, because they will, a war unlike anything we've ever seen will break
Yup.
out. And I think
Yeah.
this war is going to be akin to the 800-year-old war that they originally had and the present time. And that's only
Okay.
going to happen after the One Piece is found. That's when Imu's going to fully descend on everything, when the Mother Flame is called into question and all that. When all the cards are down and it's either stand or get packed up, that's when Imu's gonna make a grand stand, because that's when everything is gonna come full circle with Joy Boy back at his prime, and the two we got all of the people in the mural coming with Joy Boy on his back to stand against Imu. Right now, it's way too early. It defeats the
Okay.
purpose.
All right, cool. So it will remain to be seen based on what happens to the next, to the One Piece chapter and everything. And we're about to be entertained, fellas, because One Piece is back, and that shit's about to come out next weekend, and that's just gonna be box office, right? Like JJK, thank you for holding it down. Y'all held it down.
Now make way for a real nigga.
Yeah, for the goats.
Make way.
JJK, it's
Yo.
been applauded.
Y'all saw
Yo,
did y'all see the Sanji
Yuta
and
fight?
no, not JJK. No, did y'all see
my
the
fault.
Sanji and Zoro fucking like the trailer that they like the
yeah.
visuals that they had?
I didn't see that.
Bro, listen.
I didn't
see
that.
I said, listen, everybody was
We're
talking
about to eat.
oh, they said One Piece is only getting 26 episodes. It's about to be buns. The animation's getting better.
Yo, bro, the animation was crisp.
The animation was crisp. And now we're going to be able to focus.
I gotta see it.
We're going to be able to focus on a 13 by 13 season.
Yeah.
These animations are going to be the absolute peak every week.
Better pacing, fellas. Way better pacing.
Much better pacing. Much better pacing.
Bro,
So
Egghead is done. Egghead
out.
is done this year, right? Egghead is done this year. And then they start and then next year. No, I'm sorry. Elbaf is gonna be done this year.
Elbaf should be done this year.
Yeah. So that how many times do you remember a One Piece arc being done in 1 year or less than a year?
That's great.
That doesn't happen.
5 years long.
Exactly. So imagine like now we're getting one year per arc. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Great. All right, so it remains to be seen. Awesome. Now, shifting gears, going back to Naruto. So obviously, people, you've seen us debate about the Uzumaki clan versus the Uchiha clan if Gaara was part of the Uzumaki clan. Now we're doing a different segue, which is a simple 3v3. Team 7, and this is everyone in their prime. Team 7 with Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura versus versus the first Hokage, Madara, with a dual Rinnegan and Tsunade. Who wins? Now, I gotta say this.
I'll let y'all go first.
I gotta say this.
Yeah,
I gotta say this.
Take it away.
Because this is tough. This is tough. Okay, because it's me. I gotta go with Team 1, bro. The first Hokage, Madara, and Tsunade. I gotta go with that. Because the thing is this. Here are my reasons. I don't think the only person that would be able to handle the first Hokage would be Naruto.
Can I say before you continue? This is EOS Sasuke and Naruto, right? End of series.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to get that.
Yes. I personally believe that Naruto will be the only one that could handle the first Hokage, because wood style jutsu that shit is hard. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of counters you could go to that. Sasuke ain't doing nothing personally. Sakura's a Sakura. You're like, this non-negotiable, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, with Madara Uchiha, I personally think Madara has a deeper bag than the first, right? Based off everything that he knows, how he can handle the dual Rinnegan, how he can handle the Sharingan, what he could do. That's my personal opinion, right? I personally believe he has a deeper bag. You can shake your head all you want to. That's my personal opinion.
I will agree. I will agree that he has a deeper bag.
No, he doesn't.
But wait, hold on, right? Hashirama has higher potency. But
that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, in terms of like just the number of skills.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
In terms of just the raw number.
Yo, y'all are doing this shit again. Y'all are sleeping again.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let Ricardo finish. I'm
not done. I'm almost done.
Let Ricardo finish.
Right. And the thing is with because Tsunade, we're talking about Tsunade the Prime. Now Tsunade and Sakura, that's equal to me. That'll be equal to me. But the thing is, I'm saying based on what they could do, they'll be equal.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Tsunade is gonna be carried. I'm not gonna Tsunade is gonna be carried, right? Because it's been validated that Sakura is a better atomic regeneration user than Tsunade herself, right? So I got Team 1, all in their prime. First Hokage, Madara, and Tsunade. That's what I got.
Kenny, you want to go or you want me to take it?
Let's save the best.
How about you, Kevin? How about you go?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna say this. I completely agree. I think Team 1 is taking this. Right? I'm gonna say Team 1 is taking this. I'm gonna break it down a little bit. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but I'm gonna break it down sweet, right? If we go, let's go 1v1. Let's go 1v1 3 times, right?
Yep.
As far as Tsunade and Sakura go. While Sakura at this point in time, Sakura's mylotic regeneration, as Ricardo said, was stated to be better than Tsunade's.
Yes.
But Tsunade's wasn't that far behind. And at this point in time, Tsunade is a seasoned veteran, and she's Shorty's teacher. So it's like there's nothing that you can do that I don't know you can do. And our healing factors aren't too far apart for real. So as far as that's kind of a toss-up. So they're not even relevant for real. Naruto, Sasuke, Hashirama and Madara now is where shit starts to hit the fan. Because if we're gonna say Sasuke versus Madara, we know how that's ending. We know how that's ending, right? Not much needed to say. If you want to say, all right, let's flip it, and we say Sasuke fights Hashirama, we already seen what Hashirama did to Madara.
It's cooked.
We already seen what Hashirama did to Madara, and this was with Kurama, by the way. So that's not even that doesn't necessarily need to be spoken on. Naruto now is where things start to get difficult, because if we're talking truth seeking, we're talking truth seeking orb Naruto. While his application,
that's what we're talking about.
While his application was nowhere near that of Jubidara's, the power itself still has to be respected.
Yes.
The things that he was able to do with it, he used it in very simplistic ways. So it's like we can't necessarily say that his use of it would be fantastic, but it gives him another level of attack potency. In comparison to Madara now, it's like, all right, obviously in terms of attack potency, Naruto has it. I definitely will say that Madara's experience matters significantly. I'd say him having both Rinnegan's matters significantly. But in terms
Also remember, if you go back to the fight between Naruto and Sasuke and Madara, Naruto and Sasuke's power was cut in half when Madara had both, right? Yeah, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a very big deal. So I definitely do think between the two of them, I think Naruto takes that fight. The issue is now, this is only in the caveat we're talking 1v1v1. If we're talking all three coming at each other at the same exact time, I'm going to give it to Team 1 simply because of the fact that Naruto would have to carry.
Yes.
While Hashirama and Madara can just go to work, while Tsunade's in the back providing healing and restoration. And the only issue here is, because realistically speaking, Sasuke, if we're being honest, Sasuke is the one that's holding them back. Because if Sasuke was on the same level as even, let's say, Hashirama to make it a fair 2v2, then Team 7, I'm going to give it to Team 7. But because we've seen Hashirama, because Hashirama has Sage Jutsu, Hashirama got Sage Jutsu, and at this point in time, Madara also has Sage Jutsu, and both of them know how to use it. Yes, he does.
No, he stole his cells.
You remember he stole his cells. That's how he got
both. Is that the Madara we're talking about, or are we actually talking about just dual Rinnegan?
We're talking about with Sage Jutsu.
We're talking about
Why? It's not his power.
Yeah, but it has to be fair, because the Sage of Six Paths power isn't theirs either.
Even with the Sage, Sasuke still clears. Anyway, go on, keep going.
With Sage Jutsu, it makes Sasuke's win. If Sasuke wins, out of 10 times, I'd probably say Sasuke against Hashirama wins 4 of those times. Because Hashirama has way more experience with Sage Jutsu, because he's been doing this. We don't even know how old he is, like down to the exact number. But we can say at the bare minimum, he's been doing it at that level for almost twice Naruto and Sasuke. They would have to combine each other's lifespans to rival what he's been doing at how long he's been doing it.
Yep.
That's
a big deal.
That's the major issue here. Because if it was just Madara, as I said, that's Team 7. But Hashirama, I'm putting Hashirama
and Madara,
over, I'm putting Hashirama over Sasuke.
Got you.
Is why they
this is real cute. This is real cute. And before I even lay this discussion to rest, it's already won, by the way. I would like to tell both of you, good game. Y'all bought y'all A game, but it's over. What is the strongest jutsu in the history of Naruto?
I mean, Infinite
Sage Jutsu,
I'm guessing.
No, he's Sage Jutsu.
No,
Sage. It's not Sage Jutsu either.
No, it is. But I'm talking about. Let me help y'all out here. Y'all remember when Naruto and Sasuke fought in the Valley of the End, right? You guys remember that?
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
What final move did Naruto shoot at Sasuke? Y'all remember that?
He had a double tail beast bomb, Rasen Shuriken.
Good. What move did Sasuke shoot at Naruto?
Indra's arrow, with full lightning.
Right. And Amaterasu, correct?
No, that was later. No, that was later. You're talking about when they were in the sky, right? It was Indra's arrow.
Yeah. It was Indra's arrow. Move. Right. It was Indra's arrow, but I think he had Amaterasu attached to the arrow.
Nah, that was later.
Okay,
got you. Straight up Indra's arrow.
Got you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
If Naruto and Sasuke shoot that combined attack at Madara and your boy Hashirama.
First Hokage. Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
Wants a
GG.
nuke.
Let's go.
Wait,
Let's go. Let's
time out.
continue. GG.
Hold up. Wait.
It's
Hold
over.
up. Hold
Done.
up. Hold up. You're
Done.
not getting. Hold up.
Done.
You're not getting away with this.
Done.
It's not done.
Done.
Nigga.
Done,
It ain't
nigga. Done,
It ain't
nigga.
done. Let me tell you
Done,
something.
nigga. Done, nigga.
It's not
Done, nigga.
It's
Y'all can
not-
sit here, yo. Y'all
it's
can
a-
sit here. Y'all can
first
sit
of
here
all-
and try to
first of
and try to
all,
act like
right.
this
I'm
shit.
not gonna sit here and act like in terms of attack potency that they can match that attack. I'm not gonna pretend that they can do that.
Yo,
The
no one
issue
can.
Right.
Here is
No one can.
They can't, right? But the issue here is that several conditions had to be met for them to do that. Naruto,
Not true.
all right, we're not even gonna talk.
Not
We're not even
true.
gonna talk about Naruto.
Not
because
true.
Naruto did that by himself.
Not true. What
Naruto did by
conditions
himself.
has to be met? The condition that
Sasuke
has to
had
be
to
met
take-
is that you
Sasuke had
have
to
you
take
have enough chakra.
Took the chakra from the tail beast.
Exactly.
That's
And
yes.
Naruto has. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Naruto is not giving Sasuke the chakra to do an Indrasaro. They're on the same team.
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not
So
saying
the
he's
condition
not.
is
I'm
met.
saying that the number. No, it's not.
Yes,
Because
it is.
You have to remember that he took chakra from not only the nine tails. He took it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes,
and
Naruto
to
still
make
has.
to
Naruto
make
still
the
has the
10
Kekkei
he
Genkai
has
from
fra-
each of
yes,
the
he
each of the tail
he has
beasts.
fragments. He has fragments of their chakra.
Okay,
Sasuke took
so
it
if it's a
directly
poor
from
man's
the
Indra,
source in
if it's a
spades.
poor man's Indra arrow, that is still better than anything combined with the Rasen Shuriken. That's still better with the.
No, I'm not right. Okay, right. But my thing is right. We don't know what that would look like because this potency level is significantly different.
That's fine.
We're talking coughing baby versus atomic bomb in terms of the difference in chakra consumption.
Yeah. And Naruto's Rasen Shuriken can still take both of them out.
Right, you definitely can.
They will not.
But my thing,
Hashirama and Madara will not be able to do anything with that. They won't be able to do anything with that.
My thing is, if they come out the gates with it and they come out the gates swinging with that, then
Yes.
definitely.
What they go? Okay,
But
so my thing is this. Let me ask you, Kevin. Let me ask you this, Kevin. What's stopping Naruto and Sasuke from coming out the gates doing that? What's stopping them?
It took them time.
Okay,
Remember
so,
when they did
but it's
these
not
attacks,
like
it required actual brain use.
I understand
Naruto
that.
didn't
I
just
understand that.
throw it out off the rip.
I understand that. But what I'm telling you is what's gonna stop them from making time? Because my thing is this.
I can answer that.
What they gonna do to
Okay,
Naruto and Sasuke
what about-
to keep them
so
from
what if-
firing?
So wait, hold up. So what if the first Hokage's 1,000 senjutsu 1,000 hands is just
Yo,
you think that's easy to that's easy to counter?
Stop.
No, my question.
That's
Is
great.
GG,
That's
is
not
GG,
easy
yo,
to counter.
if Hashirama pulled that shit out, he's not winning with that. He's not winning with
Yes,
that. There's
but my-
nothing
okay, but
that
okay,
cannot
right,
damage.
again,
That's not going to damage.
In terms of attack potency, you're absolutely right. They still take that. My issue is in terms of the conditions that need to be met. It didn't take Hashirama a lot of time to pull that out. It took Naruto a lot of time to amass the chakra, and it took Sasuke from all nine tail beasts to make Indra's arrow. And on top of that, okay, let's say, hold on, right? Let's say we give Naruto the he creates some clones and whatnot. We've seen on several occasions, even with a bunch of clones, that clones can be indisposed if you know what you're doing. So my biggest thing, right? The biggest part of my argument lies in Hashirama's wood style. The fact that it's literally made to immobilize and seal niggas like them on a normal basis is what makes this so of a conversation. Because if it didn't have
You're not sealing a sage of 6 paths Naruto by just wood jutsu alone.
My issue,
you can't come here with that.
Hold on, right? It's not just wood jutsu alone. Again, remember.
With what? What else is he gonna seal him with?
He has Sage Jutsu. He's way more.
Naruto got that too.
But Naruto is not Hashirama in terms of Sage proficiency.
Are you
Hashirama's
kidding
been doing this. Hashirama's been.
Let me
doing
tell you
this.
this.
For over
Let me tell you
two
this.
of
Let me tell you
Naruto's
this.
Lifetimes.
Yo, Kevin, the only thing that Hashirama got on Naruto is his regeneration. His sage.
You telling me that in terms of raw experience?
No. Hashirama has experience, but I don't think it's gonna be like enough in a fight to beat Naruto. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference in a fight to beat Naruto.
if we're talking, we're using our actual brains, and we're not just running up. We look at who we're talking about individually that make up these teams, right? We're talking about who individually makes up these teams. The experience by itself from both Madara and Sasuke. I mean, Madara and Hashirama trump Naruto and Sasuke. Madara and Hashirama have been to war several times. I'm not gonna sit here and be like Naruto and Sasuke are not going to be on bad timing. They definitely will. My issue is that it's not like he's just gonna throw out the wood jutsu and that's gonna be it. The reason why remember when
what
Madara
else is
was
he gonna
glazing
do?
Hashirama,
What else is he gonna do? What else is he gonna do in his arsenal?
With Sage
With
Jutsu.
what? Okay, all right. Naruto infuses literally every jutsu he has with his Sage mode.
Yes, but
you just admitted that Naruto has more potency in his attacks, at least the sheer raw power of his attacks, right? Than Hashirama did. So if he's infusing these with Sage Jutsu, that makes it even more potent.
Yes, it does make it more potent, but the jutsus that you're talking about are jutsus that multiple conditions needed to be met.
Nah, nigga. Rasengan, big giant Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken. Those are easy moves from Naruto to make.
You're absolutely right. But my point is that in terms of their attack potency, the attack potency between Naruto's ultimate move and Hashirama's ultimate move is worlds apart. But in terms of just like the shootout Spitfire techniques, the Sage Jutsu and Wood style would be a problem. That's just it. It would be a problem. It's not as
So let me ask you this: when Tail Beast, Rasen Shuriken, right? When 10,000 of them come flying at you. What Hashirama gonna do about that? What is he gonna do about that?
We've seen Hashirama fend off. We've seen Hashirama.
Not like that. Not like that. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Not like that. Like he has, but not like that. Unless you're telling me. Listen, Kevin. Unless you're telling me that that Hashirama can fend off 10 massive Rasen Shuriken Tail Beast bombs from Naruto, like fend them off easily. Unless you're telling me that. I haven't seen it. I don't know this footage you're talking about. But if you're telling me that's the case, then go ahead, prove it.
We've seen right? Just like how you said that Naruto's used multiple clones to make these what's it called? Have we not seen Hashirama use clones?
Not like that.
Of course we have.
Not like that. Like Naruto.
With the individual techniques, obviously not.
Wait, Kevin, I gotta stop you. Yo, that is absolutely
no way. Listen, there is no way.
I'm not talking about in terms of the diversity.
No, I get what you're saying. I really do. But I had to stop you. That's where I disagree with you.
Yeah, don't talk about
it's
clones,
never. That's it's never happened. Not even one time. Right? Shadow clones is completely different from wood clons.
And
that I gotta give Kenny to that one.
And let's not forget.
With Shadow clones, wait, hold on, Kenny, I got you. With Naruto, the thing is what Naruto did better than anybody else, no matter the type of clones his are, he gave a certain percentage of chakra to that specific clone to do whatever that the main body of that Naruto can do, right? He was very masterful of that. So like, for example, like what Naruto did, just a glimpse, what Naruto could do by himself as a regular, his clone could do that. So you got this man as a one-man army. Right.
Kevin,
that's what I'm saying. It's completely. I gotta disagree with you on that.
What were you about to say? What were you about to say?
No, it's fine. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, listen. I just want to say this, man. Sasuke, Sage's six-pack Sasuke is stronger than dual EMS. I'm sorry, Rasengan with whatever Sage Jutsu that Madara stole from Hashirama. I don't care. End of story. Sasuke was stronger than that one. Now, if you're talking about Jubidara, I'll give you that. I got nothing. Sasuke got nothing for that nigga. Nothing. But we're not gonna sit here and act like end of story Sasuke wasn't stronger than that version of Madara that had the Hashirama cells with 2 renegades. We're not gonna do that. No. We're not gonna sit here. We are not gonna sit here and act like this nigga Madara actually has a shot without the 10 tails in him, without the tree of life in him. Let's not like the Sage of Six Paths was not only a buff, but it literally turned them into demigods. A duo Renegon with Sage Jutsu, Madara is not a demigod. He doesn't scale that high. So let's not sit here and cap like these two have a chance. They do not. And y'all know this shit. Y'all know this shit. Y'all act like y'all don't watch this shit, but y'all do. Y'all smarter than this. I know. But there's no way we can sit here, man, and have a discussion and not act like when they both got the Sage of Six Paths mode, they weren't like turned into something else. Like the only thing that could have stopped them was Kaguya. That was it. Guys, that was it. And Madara and Hashirama do not scale up to Kaguya. They don't. That's what Team 7 was up against. This version of him, at least. Because get this, and this is my last point. If Team 7 was not as strong as that version of Madara and Hashirama that we're talking about, guess who would have been fighting against Kaguya? That would have been Madara and Hashirama fighting against Kaguya. So can we just relax here and talk like adults that know actually what the fuck we're talking about? There's no way a Sage of Six Paths Naruto and a Sage of Six Paths Sasuke is losing to these guys. Ain't no way. It ain't Ralph though. Let's move on.
Kevin, I got you, my boy. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Right? Game over. Done.
I mean, I'm with you, Kevin.
I got you, bro. I got you.
It is GG though.
I got you.
Right? He got that. But I gotta put you on Front Street, bro, Kevin. I mean, because you brought up this question, and I really want to pick your brain here and what you think about based on what question that you had for yourself. Because you said, what if Madara Uchiha became the first Hokage instead of Hashirama? I really want to pick your brain on that. Like,
I'm curious too. I'm
curious when you say that. Talk to me. I want to hear this, and I gotta retort to that.
All right. Honestly speaking, the question itself came out of pure curiosity.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that if Madara became the first Hokage, there would have been a numerous amount of problems for every other clan. I mean, for every other village, because as far as we know, if Madara had won that fight, he got the Nine Tails. That by itself is already an issue, and he can actually control it. Not to the degree that we see Naruto do it, obviously, because that's like harmony, whatnot, not just forced coercion. Madara by himself was a threat. Madara by himself was a threat to ninja as a whole. We seen this with in the Fourth Great Ninja War, where a reanimated Madara was running through. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't fighting all of the main heavy hitters and whatnot, because it was obviously a war.
They were shitting bricks.
Yeah, they were shitting bricks against Madara. Again, a reanimated Madara, right? As far as I think the Hidden Leaf Village, while I don't necessarily think it would have produced as many like people as it did in its original timeline, I think they would have been a lot worse, in the sense that Madara was on BT the entire time. Because we see all over the place in different forms of like anime or just like regular forms of fictional media what it looks like for a singular person or group, the difference between themselves when they're in a time of peace and they're in a time of war. And when they treat times of peace like every day is war. We want to use an example just to, make it a little bit easier to picture, of the OG Gote 13 from Bleach. We seen what they look like when they were on BT. Ain't nobody will step into them. It was raps. And this isn't even Squad Zero. This is just the OG 13. So now we take that kind of mindset and we apply it to Madara and the things that he would have done with the Uchiha clan. It would have got nasty, especially because he was trying to unify the world with the infinite Tsukuyomi. I definitely think it would have been a major issue if the Uchiha clan was if the Uchiha clan was like militarized way more than we've seen in the main timeline. They would have been a massive issue, because we already seen in the flashback with Hagoromo that the Uzumaki clan and the Hashirama clan, the Senjus, and the Uchiha clans, they were on bad timing.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
by themselves, they were an issue. So when they came together, it was even worse. But now we're talking about a purely unified front against someone that's not taking no prisoners, and he's chasing his dream with the Nine Tails. What were any of the other villagers doing?
Okay, I'll answer. All right, so check this out. I'm glad about your take. You make good points, but I don't think it was complete, which means I don't disagree with you. It just wasn't complete. So the Hidden Leaf itself would be a militarized village with Madara leading the charge, straight up, right? Now, the Uchiha clan, nobody would die. Not Fugaku, not Shisui, nobody would die. But the other clans, like you said, like the Hyuga clan and others, they'll be shitting bricks against the Uchiha clan because they're so dominantly powerful. There's not a lot of clans within the Leaf that would combat that, even with the Hokages on their side, right? And you brought up the Infinite Tsukuyomi. It would have happened way earlier, tenfold, if Madara was the first Hokage, because he would have had all of the tail beasts, all the village resources. The Uchiha clan will let that shit happen, and almost nobody would be able to oppose Madara if he was the first Hokage, which would force all of the other villages, like the Shinobi Alliance, to happen early, just to go against the Uchiha clan. But because remember, we're saying if Madara was the first Hokage, that means every single member for the Uchiha clan wouldn't die, and since everyone wouldn't die, Obito included, that roster of you have with the Uchiha clan
It's
would
nasty.
it's dominance.
Imagine an
It'll
army
be
of
insane.
Uchihas using the Izanami and the Izanagi left and right like ain't nobody's business.
Bro, Naruto wouldn't even be a thought. The fourth Hokage, the third Hokage, nobody would run the ones with the hidden leaf. Excuse me. And last point, because before I go to Kenny, it would only start a civil war from within the leaf, similar to what happened, but the Madara would still win.
Snuff that out real quick.
Yeah, totally, and every village won't win, no matter what, no matter who it is. That's it.
I will say this, guys. I think there's something to be said about Madara not being Hokage being a good thing.
Because of everything we just said. Yup.
Because of everything we just said.
Yeah.
This man was a menace. He was a menace, and he didn't give a fuck. So I was reading up on the history, right, of the Hidden Leaf. Did y'all actually know, right? And I think we all knew this, that the main reason why the second Hokage, Tobirama, didn't want Madara to be the Hokage was because he knew of the turmoil that it would create, that it wouldn't bring that era of peace. It was very important to Tobirama that their younger brothers don't recognize or realize what war is, right? And in order to prevent that, he thought that it was very important that someone like Hashirama take the Hokage mantle.
Yeah.
And have it not be Madara. But in hindsight, honestly, guys, I don't know. I don't know if that was the correct way to do it, because I don't know if y'all remember this, but we've had 3 great shinobi wars.
Yes.
Before Naruto even got there. So let me get this straight.
No, 2.
Two?
No,
Was it 2?
Yes,
No,
I'm sorry.
3. It was 3.
Nah, it's 3. Yeah, you're right.
So let me get this straight. You put Hashirama on the Hokage throne, right, to stop war from breaking out. How did that work out?
It didn't work out pretty well.
It didn't work out well.
It didn't work out at all.
So the problem with it, finish what you're saying. My bad.
So here's what I think it ultimately is, and this is where I'm going with this. I think it would have been better that Madara was
the
Hokage, because essentially what would have happened is that he would have militarized the Hidden Leaf. But think about it this way: if the Hidden Leaf was militarized and the Uchiha were still a prominent clan, right, in the village, no one around the world can stand against them. What really, like, you guys have to realize this. The reason why, right, all the other villages have tailed beasts is because Hashirama gave them up. Hashirama, right, at the first summit, right, at the 5 Kage summit, he gave up tail beasts, right, because the Hidden Leaf had all the tail beasts. He gave each region their own tail beasts. That's what happened, right? And that, because the thing Hashirama thought was, he thought that if by giving them all these tail beasts, right, it would then, I guess, extinguish the fires of war. That was his idea. But in turn, what really happened was they got the tail beasts and it got trigger happy, and they're like, you know what? We could use these tail beasts to go to war. So one war happening with another country, right, and then another country being in between that as the battleground, Then the Hidden Leaf had to get involved because the Middle East is. I'm sorry, the Hidden Leaf is like they're playing America, getting involved in everything, right? So my thing is this: if Madara was in control, if Madara was the Hokage, he would have never given up the tail beasts.
Yes.
He would have had all the tail beasts. He would have had all the fucking guns and all the ammos and all the nukes, and he would have just liberated literally every single village, and I think he would have brought them together.
Actually,
ultimately.
you know what's crazy?
That's my
now that you bring that up, based off everything that we just spoke about, bro, the Uzumaki clan would still be here. The Uzumaki clan would still be here. And the Senju would have still been here.
The amount of things that Madara would have had
Yeah.
at his disposal, he was a far greater military mind than Hashirama was.
Yeah.
And the only difference between them, because they both wanted the same thing, it just looked different.
The first Hokage was too passive. He was too passive.
He was more peace loving and more like he wanted to be more human in a sense. While Madara wanted to do the exact same thing, but he knew that the world wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. And if you really wanted something, you had to take it. And that's just what it was. Every single one of the major clans under the Hidden Leaf, like under the Uchiha, they would have been unstoppable. Because if we look at the other clans from outside of the Hidden Leaf, let's be honest. What clans are we talking about outside of the Hidden Leaf? Like we've touched on all the clans we've touched on all the villages from all great nations at this point. Name me 3 clans that really mattered. That you could sit here and say that they were outmatching any one of the clans from the Hidden Leaf.
Yeah, nobody.
You can't.
The Hidden Leaf had the best clans in the game.
They just did it the best. And with the military might like Madara at the forefront, who was stopping him? Because what was stopping him from just megaton nuking every great nation?
Right, with tail beast. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing.
With tail beast. Yeah.
Absolutely not. And that's the thing, right? We all have to understand something. The reason why there was war and turmoil was because there's a separation between having pride for your own village, right? Much like it is in today's world, right? Where you have politics in the world where, China doesn't like America, or America doesn't like Iran, or Israel hates everybody, or this and this. Like, that's how it was in the shinobi world, right? And having the military might to say, you know what? Fuck all this shit. You, and you. There is no there is no separation of church and state anymore, right? We're coming, we're going to take the land, and we're going to unify everybody under one banner, right? There's something to be said for that, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about warring states, right? And I don't know, like, Ricardo, and I'm pretty sure you too, maybe you too, Kevin. You guys have seen Kingdom, right? Right?
Yeah.
There were these warring states, right, where they were in turmoil for over 300 years, just fighting each other because they have the sense of pride, they have the sense of nationality, they have the sense of pride, right? That they're different from their fellow men. And it wasn't until the King of Kin came and unified everybody and said, you know what, fuck this shit. Like, fuck this warring states period, all that shit. We need fucking order. And the only way we're going to get it is by you thinking that there's no difference between me and you. We're all fellow men, right? And I think Madara's approach to that was, let's subjugate all these villages. Let's round them up, right? And combine all of our resources and see where we can go from there. I think that would have been a more effective way of doing it than ultimately what happened with Hashirama. Because if you really think about it, what happened with Hashirama trickled down to Tobirama, trickled down to that useless son of a bitch.
The third Hokage,
right? and then the third Hokage's fuck ups, right? The third Hokage's fuck ups trickled down to the fourth Hokage. And the fourth Hokage was taking care of the third Hokage's bullshit. Think about that for a second.
And the third Hokage's bullshit went down to third Hokage's bullshit went down to Tsunade.
Tsunade, yes.
Yes. Yeah, and everything. Yeah.
It's like, it's just so interesting to talk about, these what ifs, but that's my thoughts at least.
Okay, that's what's up. But as a leader, as a Hokage, Hashirama, you ain't that dog, bro. We might have to think about you as a Hokage right now.
personally, it was like, don't get me wrong, right? I definitely think that Hashirama had his points about how he was going about it. Because both him and Madara they both wanted a world where war was unnecessary and everything could be solved through just calm conversation. Because, at the end of the day, we're all man. Why can't we just sit down and talk about these things, right? I completely get his not wanting for bloodshed. But at the same time, I think Madara didn't have the naivety that Hashirama had, is what makes them so different. Because Madara understood that if we really want to talk about this and no other clan, no other village is willing to sit down at the table, we make them sit down at the table. It's just that simple. We want to touch on a reference to what Kenny said about the warring kingdoms, the warring states. I mean, we've seen in other pieces of fiction. Let's talk about Superman for a second in the Injustice timeline. We've seen what Superman was doing when he was like, world peace needs to come here and now. Oh, overnight, literally stopped all wars and unified the world, basically, and stopped them from doing whatever it is that they were doing. Madara would have did exactly that.
Yep.
I get Hashirama wanted the peace and whatnot. I completely get it. Because balance needs to be present.
I mean, it's kind of like just giving each country their own nukes, right? And saying, okay, you guys all have nukes now, don't fight. And these countries, right? But think about it though, right? If you were fighting with swords, right, for most of your life, and someone finally gives you a fucking machine gun and tells you, "Yo, listen, don't fire it, don't do nothing." You think You think I'm not gonna fire it?
No.
That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit right there.
The craziest part is that realistically speaking, if they just kept all the tail beasts, there was nothing any of them could have done anyway.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
There was nothing any of the other states could have done anyway.
Absolutely nothing.
Because none of the other states had anything to bring to the table.
Their firepower
towards the leaf.
It was non-existent.
Yeah. And even and think about this. Even if, let's say hypothetically, I know he will never do it, but even if Madara literally did the same thing that the first Hokage did, they would have never happened because all the Uchiha clans members will still be here.
Yeah,
the Uzumaki clan would still be here. He would have so many people under his arsenal. Bro, we're talking about the Senju, the Uzumaki clan, the Uchiha clan. The top 3 clans in the game from past history that nobody ever fucked with. None of the other villages could mess with that.
They couldn't.
None.
They literally couldn't.
Right. But the other thing is, also, Madara would never allowed any Hokage to happen. He would be the only one. Right?
Yeah.
And he would be the only one in which I think also, what's it called? Sasuke's plan of revolution would also, I think Madara would also put that into play. Because he would think of living like immortal.
He basically would have been. Because he would have had the time to study all the Uchiha history, and he would have been able to figure out how to keep everlasting life.
Yeah, that would have definitely happened if Madara was the first Hokage. But that's what the Leaf Village would be, an overwhelming powerhouse.
Literally.
That nobody would mess around with. Naruto won't be here. The Kages won't happen. The Uchiha clan will still be here. Senju, the Uzumaki clan members would still be here and everything. Shit. Madara Uchiha would steal First Hokage's wife, Mitsu Uzumaki, and make fucking babies and shit like that. But that's neither here nor there. But that's what exactly happened.
Imagine Uzumaki and Uchiha having
bro,
babies, man.
Bro, that would be insane.
That would have been nasty. That would have been so nasty.
Damn.
Bro. The Uzumaki and Uchiha clans. That's
no, I think Kishimoto. I think Kishimoto was like, nah. It's too much.
He's like,
it's too much. That's too much. The story will end yesterday. So no.
Bro, that is why he made that's why Kishimoto made the Leaf Village so
they had to go
Civil War.
They had to go through it. Because if they didn't go through it, it would have been raps.
Yeah.
It would have been raps.
Because nobody was fucking with the Leaf.
Nobody was
fucking with the Leaf.
You see that golden team that we were talking about before all of this? That's without Hashirama and Madara.
Yes.
This is just them by itself was a problem for the entire ninja world. And now you're throwing Madara in the mix with the tail beasts?
Oh my goodness.
That's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Each one of them niggas by themselves could destabilize a nation.
Yeah, they could. they couldn't. But like, awesome. That was a great conversation, fellas. But that'll be it for the Rich Anime Podcast. I'm glad for folks that was watching, enjoyed the conversation. Hope you have your anime hot takes you can say in the comment section or any big time comment, like, comment, subscribe. I'm your main man, Ricardo, with my boys, Kevin and Kenny. Great speaking with you all, fellas, once again. And until next time for the next episode, man. Peace.
Later.
Easy.